What is up, YouTube Kingdom? I am BC King, and welcome back to my playthrough of Phoenix Wright Aceattorney. Now, a quick note, I am recording this literally an hour after the last part. I was supposed to do a movie watch through today, but that ended up not happening. So, I thought, you know what? I kind of want to finish this game already. I do like it a lot, but, I got stuff coming up that I want to get to, so I kind of want to just get this out of the way as quickly as possible. Not because I don't like it, but because I just, you know, there's things coming up that I want to get to that are very exciting. So, yeah, we left off on, we're still on the last case. We got to where, oh, sorry, hold on. Emma came in out of nowhere during our questioning of Officer Marshall, and I guess she has info for us, so here we go. Your Honor, wait! Emma? The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright. Get it? Right? Okay. Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor. Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Alright, start the timer. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SM9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, so I knew this fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So did you find something? No. Then why are you here? Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I mean, we had to object, right? So we gotta find something. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at these floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? I'm trying to think. Was allegedly dancing in the wait. No. I don't know. The Blue Badger was there, right? Was allegedly dancing in the evidence room at the time of the Light bulb! I just got something. Hold on. I literally don't know how I got this. If he touched... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's a handprint on the Blue Badger. Is my freaking random theory right? I think he touched part of the blue badger, and because it's like dancing all around, I think it touched the locker. Like maybe he moved it slightly, and now it's like touching the locker, so that when the handprint was on the locker, the blue badger's like little dancing arms probably smeared the handprint.
Take that!
Please tell me I'm right. What about that piece of plywood? The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. Okay, that's not what I thought, but I got the evidence right. That's what matters. I literally was like, oh, I don't know how I thought of it, because, like, I know he was dancing. I thought he, like, touched it, and then the blue badger was, like, smearing blood or something on the locker. I don't know, but still, I got it right. Who cares? But yeah, that makes more sense, actually. What? So that means, exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left here before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, like the Pokemon, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone fled prior to the struggle shown in this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? I'm gonna guess it's probably this, right? Oh! There's no name on 420. I think it might be this. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? Never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the... sorry, I'm stuttering. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, 777777 at 420. Haha. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number is 7777. I'm not gonna repeat that. Belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you could keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777, whatever. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SO9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized that we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Did you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't... I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence... Oh, someone's in trouble. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order, 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 order! Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Oh, man. Forging evidence. Again, I don't think she's guilty of anything. Of, like, this whole murder, but, like, forging evidence for that case 2 years ago? I mean, you can't be doing that. Alright, let's see what we're on to now. February 24th. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Dang, I mean, I think she had good intentions, just she kind of went outside the law to do it, but I still don't think that's gonna, like, she didn't do the murder that we're talking about here. I don't think it's her. Imagine if Emma did it this whole time. I didn't know. I never knew that the S9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Oh boy, there are so many layers to this case. It is insane. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. Before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture. After the incident, I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you were able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. Rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. I mean, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true, even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Alright, what is this permanent picture in your mind? Is it like a dead body? What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I remembered what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. That's understandable. Imagine being 14 and witnessing a murder right in front of your very eyes. That is, like, actually trauma. Jesus. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grow up, I wanted to become a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my testimonies, and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Something puzzling. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Wanda used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Alright, well, let's see if we can, find her in here. Hello, Lana. Well, Lana? Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the S9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Alright, let's get some answers. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is larger to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Detective Lana Skye. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Alright, the Dark investigation. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations, and the same bed. No, I'm just kidding. They even had the same office. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. We tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Alright, first one at the scene. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, right? Because she was the one who found Emma, like, unconscious. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone, after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because he didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Now I'm thinking maybe Gant's behind all this. I don't know, like I have like 3 suspects that I feel like could have definitely committed the murder. So let's go to the, let's go here, I think. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kind of quiet around here today. You're right, the chief of detectives seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, we can come back here later. Well, I'm trying to see if I can get to, where Gant is. Is it here? Uh-oh, Marshall. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. Never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que seda, you never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turned yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting to steak lunch today. Alright, let's get some, we need some answers, man. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either, all the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence that we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with that broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with the forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind? Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right, it was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. Alright, what are these scars he's talking about? There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. Well, we all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. The star was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? They did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Gant and Sky. The investigation led Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. He's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that you mention it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. Never found out. What a secret. It all started 2 years ago. There's a lot of secrets in this case. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Dan McGann. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Does he think Gant did it too? Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Alright, well I guess, underground parking lot, criminal affairs department. You're going back? This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, you actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right, you can't go in there, it's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. What are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Alright, let's get some clues here. Whoa, he's got a freaking organ in his office? How the hell is that possible? Look at this. He's got a whole freaking organ in his office, man. Ooh, the music. Okay. There's a picture there. Whoa, where am I? Okay, so I had a theory. Maybe Gant murdered him, or maybe Gant wanted the award, and because he didn't get it, he's causing this whole thing. That's a theory. I don't know. In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I thought I was a genius. Oh. I didn't get to read that. Never could remember where C was. Oh, Gant's here. Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. Put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Wright, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence. 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. This is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Okay. What's off about it? I don't know. Guess we'll find out later. Anyway, I like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did it. That's why he's doing that. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that the case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. There does have to be a way, right? Hey, pal. Gumshoe, are you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. Oh, you big baby. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. Alright, Edgeworth's crisis. Why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Monisky is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence that they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work! You go, Dick! You dick! I love you, Dick! Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Seems you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth might just crack. Alright, the SL9 incident. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. Seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence that Dark left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had to do something with the murder weapon. Or something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. Might just jog his memory. Alright, Dark's crimes? Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take the serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. He turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Alright, so we have the murder weapon, right? It's the switchblade, right? Yeah. Present. About this. Hey, is that... has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Gunman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Alright, let's see. What is this evidence? This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where its luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it. Inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Died from a punctured heart and wound. A knife tip was in the wound. Switchblade knife, okay. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. One detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Goodman's. It won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance to get into that office. Wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. Oh, the picture we have now, right? Yeah. Let me share a little advice. Oh, nope, never mind. SO9 incident files. Neil's autopsy report. No. I've been studying up on those files. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Edgeworth's presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice, I for one ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case from Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. Valana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Kildar guilty. Okay, doesn't work. Evidence floor plans, Goodman. Brought back to his office. Oh, wait, the screwdriver. No, that wouldn't be it. Yeah, not this. What would make him want to let me into the office? I don't know. His ID card belongs to the victim, Detective Bruce Goodman. You can do just about anything these days with a card and a secret number. Scary. It's always scary because you keep dropping your card, Gumshoe. I forget my secret number a lot too. I'm scared of myself. But I'm me after all, and what could be wrong with that? I think I'll stay out of this conversation. Wait a minute, he forgets his number? Could his number be what I think it is? That's the ID card record, isn't it? Is he 7777777? There's only one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. That's 17 too many, Detective. An executive officer? I just might have a hunch. Okay, maybe it's not. Oh, lost item report, huh? Very impressive, Detective. You knew what it was right off the bat. Well, I am a master of misplacement, you know. Master, that has such a cool ring to it. The way I see it, if things are meant to be lost, then they're meant to be lost. There's a higher power at work here. Wow, a higher power? Maybe I should let Emma hold the evidence. Okay, he's not talking to us still. Give it to Edgeworth, the murder weapon. Due to loss of blood, no. Huh. They gave him the switchblade. They gave him this. Extremely thin rubber glove. Got evidence locker, Marshall's fingerprints, security video. I don't know what to give him. Trying to think. Should I just look it up so I can get through this? Just this one time. Oh, okay, we're not supposed to be here right now. Let's go to the underground parking lot. Okay, never mind. I would have been stuck here the whole entire time just looking for stuff. Thank God. See, it's why I use guides, because guides will tell you. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking at what exactly went down in the evidence room. Must be where the detectives are. but we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Alright, so let's see if we can find something. Maybe Edgeworth has a card that we can use? Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Alright, let's get some answers. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why is it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out in the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of this investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around at that time. That picture, something seems strange about it. Alright, the day of the crime. Can you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? Never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gann asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, there was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Alright, so apparently the picture looks weird. Let's see. Maybe the award is the key? Let's look at the picture again. Alright, so here's the picture. Let's see. Oh! Part of the award is missing. The sword part's missing. Was that the murder weapon? Was that part of the award? This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. It looks like this was taken when he received the Keener Prosecutor's Trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding, it's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official Prosecutor's Trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Okay. award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Alright, story time! Long ago in the Kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. Second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive, but then again, you've heard the story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant? Okay. I guess we're done here? Let's go back here. Excuse me. Oh, there she is. More box lunches. Would either of you care for a quarter-pound of roast beef? Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. So you're telling me that we have milk today because someone wanted to know if they could be breastfed by an animal? Sounds about right. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SO9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on that very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. The Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Alright, let's see if we can get some more answers out of her. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were seamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. Alright, after case closed. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, both without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used? Alright, legendary duo. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation, with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Excuse me, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Interesting. Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief... That's right. Having solved the S9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, he's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change. Gant's blackmailing her. I'm pretty sure. I think that kind of confirms that he's the one who did all this. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. Hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. This is very interesting stuff. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you into the chief's office, period. Beat my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the S9 incident. I have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. Well, I don't know. Did we get anything new just now? Let's see. Maybe this? Hey, that's it. That's the Keener Prosecutor's Award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. Say, this design's based on an old Chinese parable, right? Yeah, everyone knows that. There was this, dragon. Yeah, that's it, a dragon. He had a thing for shields, see? That's not exactly the version we heard. No, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details. Alright, so that didn't work. How do we convince him? I don't know. Maybe back here? Oh, wait, he's in the picture too, right? Let's show her the picture. Attorneys and prosecutors. Oh, oops. My bad. Oh, okay. Neil's autopsy. Damn. Okay. So I guess not here. Let's go back here for a minute. Police department entrance. Wright & Co. underground parking lot. Maybe back to Edgeworth? Nope. Crap, I don't know where to go. Alright, so we went, High Prosecutor's Office Room, Criminal Affairs, okay. So we're supposed to be at Criminal Affairs. Oh. Okay, move. Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Okay, we gotta show him something, right? What would make him want to bring us to the room? That powder's used for detecting fingerprints. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth gave it to us. He did what? All I have is some flour. Are you okay, detective? Quick, run! Okay. He just gave me COVID. If it's any help, one time I took a nap on a bench with wet paint. Why am I not comforted? Okay, that did not help. Nope. Evidence from floor plans? I don't know what to show him at this point. I'll just look at it. I'm sorry, I can't figure it out. Underground parking lot. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we missed it. Hold on, wait a minute. There was something in Edgeworth's office that we missed. We had to examine it. Hold on. Oh. I didn't think there was gonna be anything. This thing, right? Wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Let's distract him. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground. Hold on, first let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked, you don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else can forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. I guess this is what we need to give to Gumshoe? I assume so, I mean... Alright, I'll try it. Alright, present this. What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they've pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice. He was as cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusts us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective? That's it, I made up my mind. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me, it's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective, thank you. Alright, here we go. Gonna get to the fucking bottom of this, hopefully. Chief's office. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Beep! I still, like, that organ being there is still shocking to me. Oh, there's the statue from the photo. We're in. If anyone finds us now, Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Eek! Gah! You follow us in here? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID cord? I'm losing my mind today. ID card. Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. I mean, you gave it to us, so it's kind of our card now. Hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. Alright, chief's office. A desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana left, no one has ever touched that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Maybe she's the real murderer. Ever thought about that? Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. You don't know that? Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now then, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on, not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? I think he's the suspect. What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, we need evidence first. Let's examine the room here. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe? That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7-digit number. I think I just might know what it is. I think I do too. Remember the ID numbers for the cards in that little ID card report? They were all 7 digits, right? Okay, we're gonna wait. I want to explore the rest of the room. Hold on. But I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Didn't we see one of those somewhere? How about we try entering my birth date? Nah, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone to this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it, I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Good girl. Stop making the billionaires more rich. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows, the chief may be hiding this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Alright, the desk. Alright, no clues here. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier, he put something in there, didn't he? Wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. Wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about evidence lists. Are they're twice as long? That's right, I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. It seems too short. I think he's hiding the other half. In that safe, maybe. What would the other half of the list be doing here? I knew it, the chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Was ripped in half. I'm pretty sure I might know where the other one is. The chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When the detective screws up, the chief calls him to his office and makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. Alright, let's slide over here. This is the window where we saw the murder, right? Yeah, don't say jump out the window, that's kind of extreme. Alright, what's this? The shelves are mostly empty. Aw, that's a cute picture. Alright, we saw the picture already. There's the desk. Alright, I'm gonna go back to that save. I'm pretty sure I know what the combination is. It's gotta be, right? Alright, input number. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's... Nah, I know what it is. Come on. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing. Alright, input code. So, remember the ID record thing? How it showed all those numbers? Like 2854, whatever the frick. There was one we didn't know who it belonged to, right? The very first one? 77777777. What did I say? I knew it. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? The final ID card number on that record. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean... Yep, that ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time. This only means one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yeah, we're gonna look inside. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed anyway, or away? Look, it's, a piece of the jar! A shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here, too. What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. Think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it's just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove that they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SO9 incident? Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. Well, I know one. One is, the jar, obviously. Here we go. Detective Gumshoe, could you have a look at this jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right, one of the shards had an SO9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know that fragment we just found? You mean this one? That was in the safe? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mentioned it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Assemble fragments. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Alright. See if we can get this. Okay, so... I'm pretty sure it might go... this way? Yep, there it is. Easy. Alright, what is that on the... is that blood? There, it feels like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SO9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? This piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line. That's blood. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Okay. So then what's the... He used that to wipe. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Oh, is this not the right one? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, okay, it's not. Okay. The locker can be opened without a fingerprint match. Besides, there's no reason for the murderer to touch his own locker. Wasn't your locker the one with the blood on it, detective? The handprint of the real murderer's gloved hand without any fingerprints. Shh, if they come to arrest me, you'll defend me, won't you? If that happens, I think you'll do better pleading with Edgeworth. Okay, so it's not that. What the heck is it then? Maybe this? Okay, maybe... Can I talk to him? No? I don't know. What would... The cloth we found, what is the connection? Evidence list. Maybe this? That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when we first came in here. Yeah, it looks like the right side of the form's been torn off. Mr. Edgeworth's wrist really was only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me more than that. Take a look at the back of that form, pal. The back? Okay. Let's see, hold on. Check. Back of the form. Is that what Mia drew? Or not Mia, Emma. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. What else do I gotta do here? I don't know what else to do. Okay, so wait, hold on. We're in the chief's office, right? Present the unstable jar. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Present the fingerprinting set. Sorry for the dog, by the way. I think someone's here, but it's fine. Present the fingerprinting set. Okay, here we go. Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this. Okay, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? I think the dog knows the answer. Is that why he's barking? Anywho, go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, haha, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Alright, let's see. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Let's see. Alright, so we're gonna dust. Wait. Let's try this one. Alright, we're gonna throw the dust, right? Okie doke. Blow that. Okay, we got a fingerprint. Can't tell whose it is yet. Oh, okay, we need some down here, right? Make sure it's like fully revealed. Alright, I'll just cover the whole thing. Hold on. That's an easy way to get this all taken care of. Okie doke. Alright, let's see. Who does this belong to? Emma! Huh? Why is Emma's fingerprints on this thing? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. We're not gonna tell her, really? Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Yeah, I wonder why are Emma Sky's prints on that? Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. But that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... He's fired. Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too, then. Wait, you the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like to word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed oh, you with the spiky hair, you're free to go. But Mr. Wright... What is going on? Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has he kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. Why is he keeping Emma in his office? I'm very concerned. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Alright. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Alright, let's see. Keeping quiet. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted that you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? One I'm supposedly so frightened of. What is this person's name? I think it might be this guy. Well, this guy? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Damon Gant. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was... me. I accessed because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Dane McGann. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you will need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Well, boy, do I got something for you. Oh, wait, do I have the, Yep. I just found this in the safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece, and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SO9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmise. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman, or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Ho ho! So wait, she didn't kill him then, I'm pretty sure Gant did. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken. I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. The knife from the SO9 incident, serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? It's all coming together, dude. Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Star, huh? Oh my god, it's all coming together, dude. This is why I love this game so much. Cause like, you hear all these facts, and then like at the very end, it just all comes together. Like it all just combines. So she did see her stab him, but it wasn't to kill him. It was to whatever. Why'd you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Right, then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That'll explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why would you call him? The lead investigator for the S9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, so I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust, or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. This is... I love this game, man. I really do. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Goodman's real murderer. Gotta be Gant. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? To be continued. Alright. So, the trial has apparently 3 parts. Trial Former, Trial Ladder, and Trial Ladder 2. So, we won't beat this today, obviously, but I'm pretty sure next part we can beat it. So, we'll see. But for now, let's see how much we can get done today. So here we go. Final day, Trial Former. It is time to see how this epic case finally ends. This is the defendant lobby, alright, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. What's up, Edgeworth? Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of that card is, or the ID number is, that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. It looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. That number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid, today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. Oh man. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Okay, so looking at this, I think what we're gonna do is maybe Trial Former today. And then we'll do both Trial Ladders maybe next time for the finale. That sounds good to me. This might be a shorter part than usual, but we'll see. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense, yada yada yada. Normally this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drawn enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Let me guess, he's gonna blackmail her again to say whatever she doesn't want to say? What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! No, we gotta stop that.
Objection!
You can't. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana... Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial. Even Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Watch Emma interrupt.
Objection!
Oh, Wright's interrupting. Or not Wright, Edgeworth. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you. Why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, hmm? Oh, now you fucked up. I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Create another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, hmm? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. Wait a minute. I know what's going on. Remember that we left Emma in his office and then we left? Right? He's like, you stay? I'm pretty sure he kidnapped Emma, is holding her hostage, and he will not let her go, or he's gonna kill her if Lana does not cooperate. It's gotta be, right? Because why isn't Emma here with us? Why was she in his office when the rest of us left? Why did he ask her to stay? Think about it. That's how you blackmail her to like cooperate, is that you threaten her sister with death or something, and you kidnap her. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. Ooh. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edwards, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to contend. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. It looks like Edward has decided to take the horse by the reins. Oh, this is getting good. Hi, Emma. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma. Emma Skye. My occupation, I'm Lana's little sister. I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edwards, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. I'm excited for this, man. We can't beat it today, obviously, but we're gonna get as far as we can, and then we'll do it next time. We'll get to the bottom of this. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. Wasn't it the back, though? It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well, alright. So I'm pretty sure I know what it is already. He got stabbed in the back, right? Not the chest. We gotta present the autopsy report. Alright, let's just do this right now. Alright, present... Autopsy, stabbed in the back, yep. Maybe? Your Honor, what do you think about what is the statement? Not sure I follow? It clearly, oh. Huh? Oh, shoot, did I not get it right? Uh-oh. Oh wait, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Must've been a real shock. Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly. Tell us, what were you doing at that moment? I believe you were testified that Joe Dark was holding you hostage. When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark. I was thrown aside and the two began wrestling each other. I'm pretty sure I was watching them. Emma doesn't have any reason to lie, but Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can. Did I not get that? Hold on. Go back. Go back. Hold on. Goodman's autopsy. Well, not. Wait, where is the other one? Stabbed in the back. Piercing heart and lung. But he was stabbed in the back, right? I don't know. Hold on. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Sky in Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Marshall rescued me. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gann and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Gann. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in? I don't remember what happened then, but... Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, just then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out? Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more? So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago. Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial. You told Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. And I had the picture, right? A picture. Yes, I think you mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? The picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. Well, thankfully for you, I have it. It's, right here, right? I got it. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor of that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list for the SO9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over? Turn it... Ah, what's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Oh, man. Order, order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then it might be more of the drawing in the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. What's the drawing? Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. The blue badger? That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Alright. What does that mean though? Why does the blue badger on there? Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Huh? Oh, yes sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Alright, well, let's see. See if we can find a contradiction before I do my cross-examination. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. After that I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I don't know what I have. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, let's keep, let's just press see if we can get anything. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in your mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. So the time you didn't even know was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me. When Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flash? After that, I must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. You really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Oh, now you're in his shoes. Anyway, this picture... Okay. Does it, though? Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. Wasn't it influenced in any way from your talks with the detectives? Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I'd better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Oh, well... That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet... There's clearly a contradiction here. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. Hold on. Is this the repeat? Oh, okay, so it's repeating. Huh. Let me see. There's Emma Skye's prints. I'm trying to think. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and lung.
Objection!
I got it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Let me think. Is it this? Wait. Is it? It wouldn't be this, would it? Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was the close piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. I mean, unless it's like a flimsy weapon, it could break after one stab, right? Ah, what's the meaning of this?
Objection!
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does this mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken.
Objection!
A lot of objections. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. Can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Wait, how was it forged? Order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gann. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. It must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. There have been one? There is another one. The trophy. What is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw? It can't just be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon.
Take that!
If anything's broken here, it's you. Huh? I'm sure this must be all very amusing to you, Mr. Wright. Oh, it's not that. Okay, never mind. It was already broken oh! Was it this?
Take that!
I'm dumb. I don't know. I'm gonna look. I can't afford to repeat this. Never mind. Okay, let's see. What's the murder weapon? Hold on. Oh, okay, so wait. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Present this. The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. Oh, that's the broken knife. So wait, I was right. I just didn't do the right picture. Oh. Or the right thing. This is a picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecutor Marshall is holding? It's got a broken knife. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was not likelihood from this award. Order. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, and the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising the knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? I'm wondering too. What is going on here? This is all crazy. It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Oh, Hussein, hold it. Emma? Wait, I remember now. Remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scored on the back? The blue badger. I knew it. This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up and now the blue badger? This should be interesting. It really should be. Alright, Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. Is he like a superhero? This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean it didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. I don't know. Stop, please! Please don't pursue this any further! Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Because you're not guilty. Chief Prosecutor Skye. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. I'm very, I want to see how this all ends. I really do, but I can't until the next part, but it's going to be a great one. When I saw that man raise his knife... Okay, let me keep pressing. When you say that man, I assume you refer to Joe Dark? Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows. The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you... I panicked and rushed toward both of them. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. That's what we just theorized. Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help the other person. What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Sky was almost killed before she was a witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl, so then what happened next? Another flash of lightning. How is the Blue Badger involved in this? Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother, just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? Wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw a shadow. His shadow? So you mean you didn't actually see his face with his winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. Witness must be mistaken. That may well be. What's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh? And I suppose you have an explanation? If so, then by all means, please tell us what the shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this Blue Badger, really? I just might know? The Blue Badger hadn't even been jumped up when Emma drew this picture, yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the Blue Badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright? In this room? Very old Mr. Wright. What is it the witness saw in that instant? Please show us this mysterious Blue Badger look-alike. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I don't want to get it, because, like, again, if I miss it 2 times, I gotta repeat the whole entire... I don't know if I have to repeat the case again, or... I don't know, but I don't want to think about it. 3... I mean, the cowboy looked like... Did he have the cowboy hat on? Maybe? I don't know. 3 horns. Okay, not that. Parking lot floor plans. Blue Badger panel. Goodman's ID? No. Here, let's see. The picture. Do I do this? I don't know. I mean, we're near the end of this thing, I think, right? I don't know. Maybe this? I have no idea. Do I just... Alright, here, I gotta look up what it is. I'm sorry. I have literally no idea. Alright, hold on. Press Emma's fit statement. Present the unstable... Oh, what's the unstable jar? Oh, shoot. I had a feeling, because wait, that missing piece, right? It had like 3... Oh, wait a minute. The mysterious Blue Badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? Cause yeah, the missing piece, right, that we found against safe, it had like 3 points to it, right? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? We gotta show them the correct angle to look at this from. Oh. Is it... I don't want to get it wrong. Is this it? It's got 3... Hold on. Maybe it could be this? I don't know. I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on. Let me see. It says we gotta do it... Hold on. I'm trying to think. To look like this. So these on the top... Wait. Huh? Okay, this is weird. Hold on. The bottom of the jar, the small side, has to be the top ball on the badger's head. Okay. The 2 handles go on either side of it. The top pole and the bigger end should be pointing towards you, and downward if you see the resemblance. Is this it? It doesn't look like this. Hold on. Is this it, maybe? Oh, this looks like it. Okay, this should be it. This isn't right. I gotta make it look more like the Badger. Allow me to remind the defense's case hinges on the... I'm trying, dude! I've gotta find just the right angle. Okay, hold on. I'm trying here. I'm looking at the picture that's here, but like I can't. Okay, hold on. Damn it. This looks like it, right? This has to be it. I'm like right on it. Pointing towards you and downward. Here we go. Okay. Well, is this a miracle or what? Mm-hmm. No one could possibly deny this charge resemblance to the Blue Badger. Yeah, I wouldn't have ever gotten that, by the way. I'm glad I looked at the answer. I would have definitely gotten that wrong. No, it can't be. Order, order. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoy Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The murder weapon? Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Dame McGann. The body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. Witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, The struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? From Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? But they had a shared office, right? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, you wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. This is why I want to try to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah, the suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King Prosecutor's Trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? I did not call that. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. It all makes sense! That's why she's so insistent on, not having this case be fully revealed. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that victim may have left behind is in the evidence. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister as a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Guy. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek, the truth, no matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message from the deceased. Evidence for something, but what? Oh, is it this? These are Emma's fingerprints. Is this it? Right. Now then, this is the message from the judge. Oh. Alright, that was not it. That was a good comeback, though. In written form. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I gotta look up the answer now, because I don't want to afford to have my meter run out. Alright, let's see. What is it? Let's see. Oh, it is the jar! It's the jar! Wait a minute. I thought it might be the jar. Hold on. Okay, so if we rotate it, hold on. Can we, how do we do this? Present the evidence, or the jar. Okay, hold on. Is Emma's name written on that?
Take that!
This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is she going to speak the killer's name? Yeah, that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. Message was left here on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood in this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments that left him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the answer. Gotta connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. His murderer's name. Alright, let's see. Oh. Oh, I see it. Wait a minute. I see it. Oh no, it is. Oh no. Is this it? Did I do it? Wait. Present? Is this, hold on, let me make sure this is right. Okay, it's right, we're good. We're good. Wait, hold on. Is this right? Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. It's Emma! It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why I've all been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. This is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Oh, no way, dude. This case. See, Worthy? Can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Bro, it's insane! Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
But Joe Darks really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order, 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 order! Holy crap, dude. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Dang. That's insane. This game is throwing so many twists and turns at me. I did not once think it'd be Emma Sky. No way. It was an accident, but still. Like, I want to play more games like this now. I really do. These are so much fun. The way that it all ties together by the end of the case you're doing, like you see like a picture at the beginning and then like by the end it's like all revealed what really happened. Oh man. Alright guys, well unfortunately I would like to continue this, but we are a bit out of time today. I know it's kind of like only 2 hours, but I think I want to save this for the finale because there's a lot that's probably going to be revealed. So we're going to call it here. We'll do Final Day, Trial Ladder 1 and 2 next time. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time. YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. And I will see y'all next time for hopefully the finale of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.